Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. It's dangerous to go alone. The Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell.
Man, that really gets you in the mood for Move-In.
For Move-In, which is exactly what we're talking about today, we have got Rachel Chapman of the Inside the Disney Vault podcast talking about dance games on Nintendo platforms. That's what we got coming up. I'm just trying to let people know what we got coming up. And you're just staring at me like maybe that's not what we have coming up.
No.
That's what we have coming up.
We do. That's what we have coming up. But we have something coming up next week as well.
Oh, yes. Next week, guys, you know this already, but we need to remind you. Next week, we are determining the 8 best RPGs on Nintendo platforms.
And this is coming. This episode that you're listening to right now is releasing on Thursday.
That's right.
So best case scenario,
you've got maybe 3 days
to get your list into us.
So you need to write to us, Nintendo Cartridge Society
at gmail.com,
and let us know what games need to be on this list and what games need to stay off this list.
And you know what? The estate of David Bowie, you can reach us there as well.
That's right. Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com. I mean, I would rather be... I'd rather get an email from the ghost of David Bowie.
That'd be fun.
Wouldn't it be good?
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't use email.
No, he's too cool for it.
He'll just slack you.
But if you're the executor of executor,
sure,
executor.
I would say executor. Yes,
the executor of David Bowie's estate, and you want to borrow Patrick's copy of Sonic Forces,
you can do that. In fact, anyone can. All you need to do is write to us at Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com with your address, and I pop this copy of Sonic Forces, yes, it's on Switch, into an envelope, and I send it to you. And it's inside an envelope that's inside an envelope that has my address back on it, and it's self-addressed and stamped. You can just drop it back in the mail and send it back to me when you're done.
You're losing money by not borrowing Patrick's copy of Sonic Forces. Is it out somewhere right now?
No, so I was at, probably by the time people are listening to this, yes.
Sure, yes.
But last week I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and so, I got this thing back, and it was a miracle that it came back because it had been lost in the desert for 40 years, and then I was like, well, I got to go to Comic-Con. But now it is back, and it is in rotation, and so get on this list. This is not a game that you want to have to buy, but boy, would you love borrowing it. Mark, we also made a mistake on Tuesday.
Oh, man.
I know. I thought we could just blow past it. But
yeah,
we
I really
cannot.
walked away from it going, that was a perfect show.
Yeah, and usually they are. But what happened last week is we were talking about Bethesda and the future Bethesda games, and we were like Elder Scrolls 6 or Starlink.
Starlink. We must have said it like half a dozen times.
At least, each. And it turns out that's not the name of that game. The name of the game is Starfield.
That's right. Starlink, of course, is the Ubisoft multi-platform Toys to Life game that's coming out this fall.
Right. And on Switch, it features Star Fox. So Star Fox, Starlink, Starfield. It's no wonder we were confused. So we are apologizing for it now. I don't apologize. I take it back. I'm not apologizing. I just want you to know we know that it was wrong.
We're acknowledging, not apologizing.
That's Mark. That is great.
Put it on a t-shirt.
And with that in mind, let's get into our conversation with Rachel Chapman.
All right, we are joined today by co-host of the Inside the Disney Vault podcast and personal friend, Rachel Chapman.
Yay!
Rachel, how's it going?
Good.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I was a guest on Inside the Disney Vault a few months ago at this point, I think.
I think.
We talked about Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Oh, boy. We got a lot of flack for that
Oh,
one.
really?
Because we didn't like it, and so many people were like, "We love this movie." It's like,
Of course, the people who love the movie are gonna find that podcast,
yeah,
right?
Right, because they have Google alerts for
Yeah.
Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
They're like, "I love this movie."
Yeah.
Most people who don't care about Atlantis: The Lost Empire didn't even register for them, right?
Yeah.
Well, we will tag Atlantis in this show, so that way we get some of those listeners.
Yeah, some of that sweet runoff.
But of course, we are not here to talk about Atlantis: The Lost Empire
No.
this week. Maybe we'll do it in the future. We're here to talk about dance games and dance games
Yeah.
on Nintendo platforms.
Woohoo!
So I'll admit that I have very little experience with dance games.
Oh, you're missing out.
In general. Music games, yes. Dance specifically,
No.
no, like not a lot. Oh, so what are your, for the two of you that have actually played
Yeah.
some dance games, what are your ins to like that genre?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, what games are you playing?
Oh, okay.
Well, Dance Dance Revolution
Yes.
was definitely a gateway drug for myself.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm always like I was never good at
Oh.
it in any iteration.
See, the reason why I was obsessed is because I actually was good at it.
Whoa.
Because I was a dancer, and so I was like, this is the one game where I can show off my skills. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about I guess like your dance background.
Yeah. Well, I started dancing when I was 3, I think. And so like I just danced, and then my dad was really into gaming. Like he had all the consoles. So as soon as like a dance game came out, he was like, "Here, I'll buy it for my daughters." So like the first dance game I ever played, I think, was actually Space Channel 5, which is for Dreamcast,
yeah.
but they had a Game Boy Advance version of it.
I did not know there was a Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance version.
Yeah,
of
I
Space Channel
googled
5.
it today because I was like, was there a Nintendo version of it? There was. Yeah.
Check that box.
Yeah, so I could talk about it. But I loved it because it was the main character is Ooh La La,
Mm-hmm.
and she walks through. She's like a reporter, and then she's trying to like save all these people because they're all like dancing from the aliens or whatever. And then it's fun. It's like the Simon kind of dance games where it's like up, 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 and then you have to go up, 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 and yeah,
Oh yeah, that sounds very like Rhythm Heaven
yeah.
or like some like WarioWare mini games where it's like a rhythm
Sure.
game.
So
Yeah.
how are the inputs just on the controller that you're
Yeah.
tapping like up, up, up? Okay.
Yeah, but it's like you're learning rhythm and like staying with the music.
Yeah,
so-
for sure.
Yeah, which helps. Also, in that game, there's a guest appearance by Michael Jackson.
No.
Yeah, he's like captured by the aliens, and then you save him, and he's like, "Thank you so much, ooh la la," and it's Michael Jackson.
And Ooh La La's a reporter?
Yeah, she's a reporter, but she's like cool looking. She looks like a go-go dancer with like pink hair.
Yeah, I remember having that
Yeah.
kind of like mod look.
Yeah, and she it's like pigtails or whatever, and she's like, "Hey guys," and like I like the way she walks through the spaceship. She walks with one arm swinging, like just one arm swinging, and the other one with a mic, like what I'm doing right now.
So cool.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey guys, this is Ooh La La," and it's like, "Oh no!" And then she would dance and like help these people and shoot aliens. I like when it was the shoot because it was like choo, 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 choo.
So it's like a dance move and violence
yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah. It was fun. So that was my first intro into dance games, and then DDR was like huge for me.
Were you also like dancing in a non-gaming capacity at this point, or
Yes,
How old are we when Space Channel 5?
I think it came out in like 1999.
Yes.
So I was like 9 around that time.
Okay.
Like 9, 10 when I was playing that, and then DDR was like 10, 11.
So did you have like easy access to an arcade that had DDR? Or did you have like the home version that
I
you would
had-
like plug in the pad?
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
had
yeah.
the pads. I had 2 pads, so I was like,
Ooh,
cool.
so you could do multiplayer.
Yeah, so I had parties.
Yeah.
Like that was my birthday party for several years, was like, come over to my house and we'll play DDR. And I don't know if you've ever played on the pads, but they're kind of annoying because they like scoot around, so if you're like
Mhm.
really good, you're like annoyed. So my dad constructed these wooden boards that the pads would go under, and then you Velcro them down so they wouldn't move.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
God.
I think we still have the wooden boards somewhere in my house. They would just like hang out in my living room, and people were like, "What is that for?" And it's like the DDR.
So otherwise, are they just like just a vinyl floor mat?
Yeah, think of it
Yeah.
as like power pads,
Like the old power pad,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
like small, like personal pan pizza sized.
Buttons.
Yeah, basically.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And the DDR mat is just. I'm so sorry. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
sound
fine.
like I've got no idea what. Now these games, you played them on a computer screen. But it was just the 4 buttons, right? Like it's the
Yeah.
front, back, left, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think there's only 4 buttons, but then there's also like the spaces where
Yeah.
you can like stand when like a neutral zone, basically.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could stand in the middle, and then like the buttons would be on the side. It would be like a cross.
Yeah,
kinda
all
thing.
around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of DDR because
Mhm.
around like the time that I was playing DDR for the PS3, it must have been. It was like me and my friend Rich. We were totally into like all the Guitar Hero stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we were just like loading up the peripherals,
Yeah.
and he was really good at it. But I have never been good at DDR. Like I
Oh.
can never. And you were saying like your dance background helped. Like I danced when I was younger,
Yeah.
but like for whatever reason, by the time I was playing DDR, like all of that had left me. My ability to like do fast footwork was
Yeah.
long gone.
Yeah.
So how do you approach like a level or a song in DDR where like you do have to do some fast footwork? Do you like practice it? Are there like sections that you're working on, or is it just all instinct?
I think you do play the same songs over and over, so it
Yeah.
starts to become muscle memory. But then also like from years of just like watching people dance and having to follow them, like you kind of follow the arrow, so you're like looking ahead, but then also
Oh,
like
yeah.
remembering what's coming up, and then also being like, oh, you jump at this part, the beat in the song. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me though. That
Yeah.
there's like an element of like starting to intuit it a little
Yeah.
bit. I was watching some DDR videos in preparation for this.
Yeah.
And like some of it gives me like a panic attack just
Yeah.
to see all those arrows like flying up at the little bar along
yeah,
the top.
yeah.
But like it's got to be cool to get into that like flow state where you're just like doing it.
Yeah. I had one of my best friends in high school, her brother went to competitions for DDR and so he was like really good, to the point whenever we would go over to her house, she'd be like, "Steven, dance for my friends, dance for my friends." And he had to bring over, they used the bar, in the arcade games they have the bar behind them.
Oh yeah.
The really intense people use the bar so they can just move their feet around and not really like have to balance at all. They're like holding on. And so he would use like a stool behind him and like move his feet around, and he was really good at
Oh
it.
my god.
I never got to that. Like I never got to that point.
You never rigged up like a harness from the ceiling.
Oh no. I'm sure if I asked my dad, he would have made me one. But no. Yeah, I was just like, I did it for fun, and I didn't want to be too good because then my friends wouldn't want to play with me.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember for my 16th birthday party, I had my party at a community center. I wanted it to be cool and like my super sweet 16.
Yeah.
So I had my family bring my DDR machine to the party. And so like I had a live band and then DDR in the corner. It was real lame. Looking back on it, it was so lame. There was
I think that sounds cool.
there was like maybe 15 people there. It was really sad.
How many people were at your 16th birthday party, Mark?
Man, I don't even remember what I did for my 16th birthday.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, I'm trying to think now. Like, I'm trying to place myself in time. At 16, I think I was between groups of friends at that point.
Oh.
Like, I was just trying. Well, here's the thing. I had real jerk friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Like in junior high school, I played Magic the Gathering a lot as a kid and had bad friends because of it. So yeah, I think I was in the midst of dumping those friends for like real people. So I may not have done anything.
There were probably
Wow.
less than like 5, and we probably went to Outback Steakhouse.
So you
Cool.
objectively had the coolest birthday
Yeah.
party. You said you had a live band.
Yeah, it was like 3 guys from high school that like came and didn't really know any songs, so they just like played whatever. They had a jam session. It was very lame. Then my mom got me a fog machine because she thought it was cool. So it was like one corner was a fog machine, one corner was DDR, and the other corner was a live band. And then also it was supposed to be Alice in Wonderland themed, but none of it had anything to do with Alice in Wonderland except for the table of cookies that had "Eat Me" signs next to them.
There were at least "Drink Me" signs on.
No,
What?
just "Eat Me" signs. It was
Your
really,
mom messed up. She messed up.
No, it was mine.
It was your
It
fault?
was my fault. I planned out my entire party. It was very lame. My mom was like, "Are you sure you don't want to do this?" And it's like, "No." Yeah. It was stupid. But yeah, there's DDR there. I was looking today at different DDR versions of DDR, and they had a Mario one.
Yeah, Mark, do you know anything about this? Like Mario version of DDR?
No.
I was also looking it up.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a whole like story mode that
Yes,
you can go on.
I watched part of it on YouTube and was laughing at it today at work.
Yeah.
So like the story is that Waluigi steals a bunch of musical keys from the Truffle Tower, and then he loses them somehow, and they get spread around the Mushroom Kingdom. So Mario has to go get them all. But in the meantime, everyone's like dancing, and the Toad says they're dorky dancing, and if they don't stop dancing, then it'll rain chaos onto the whole kingdom or something like that. It was like really
So
dramatic.
Mario's got to like teach him how to cool dance.
No, he just
Like that scene in First Kid?
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my
The
god.
Sinbad
Mark,
vehicle?
I understand,
yeah,
but
yeah.
explain yourself.
Yeah.
The first kid of the United States of America
Yes.
is going to go to a party.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't know how to dance. And Sinbad's like, everybody knows how to dance. And he teaches him how to dance. I don't feel like I need to explain this. I feel like you need to educate yourself.
Yeah. I haven't played it, but I just watched that first one and it was very funny.
Yeah, it's weird to see like Mario in other contexts like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like he should be jumping on stuff. He
Yeah.
should be collecting coins.
Was the music Nintendo music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like techno version of it. And then if you're not dancing because you're watching the arrows, you can watch Mario and he's like real dancing.
Like in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's very funny. You got to watch.
The like kind of playthrough that I was watching, they were pretty bad at it. So
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, and so with DDR, at least I think this is what I was seeing. I don't know. If you miss a step, does it also like not cue some music?
No.
No. So like no matter what, the track stays the same.
Yeah.
As you're dancing along with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it seemed like the music seemed weird to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know if they're.
Maybe that one's different.
Maybe I was going insane.
Maybe.
The dance games that I've probably played most are the
Just
Just Dance
Dance.
franchise
Yeah.
because that hit at the perfect time. The Wii was the perfect console for Just Dance.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense that the Wii continues to be Just Dance's best-selling platform,
Yeah.
even in the year 2018, because it's the
And
perfect,
2019, Just Dance is still coming out on the Wii.
Yeah, it's
On the
the
original
perfect
Wii.
like platform for it,
Yeah.
because everybody had a bunch of Wiimotes.
Yeah.
You don't care about graphics, like
Yeah.
an HD console doesn't improve the experience at all.
Right. How does the control work on those? Obviously, we're no longer talking about a mat on the floor.
Yeah.
So
So you hold the control in your hand and you're mostly doing arm movements.
Yeah.
And so like if you hit, I think it's like if you hit a certain point or something like that, then it counts it as like a perfect score.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, it must be all like gyroscope based.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's really just looking for like the angle or the
It
fact that
is,
you swung
but
it
here's
or-
the thing: is that like Just Dance is not fun if you're just like gonna sit on the
Trying
couch
to-
and like do
yeah.
the hand movement. It's like
Yeah.
there is 0 point in doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not fun. Nobody's going to enjoy playing with you if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like Just Dance is a game where you actually have to in order for it to be fun, like you have to actually like get up and
dance.
try to like do the moves, even though the only thing that is keeping score
Yeah.
is
Right.
like is your hand like going up or down at the right moment.
Yeah.
I thought that was true of like all Wii games though, right? Like Wii Tennis, you can sit on the couch and just have
Yeah.
a quick shake of your wrist, and like you can do that and do just fine in the game, but like it's not the same as like wildly swinging and like really pretending like you're playing tennis. I feel
Yeah.
like it's the same basic thing.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah. My favorite is watching other people play it.
To see how much they buy into it.
See how bad they are.
Yeah, because it totally is one of those things where like what you think your body's doing and what your body's actually
Yeah.
doing are two very different
Very
things.
different. Yeah.
Well,
And-
and you're seeing someone doing it right on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some of the dance moves they make you do are really embarrassing.
Like what?
I've
What's the most embarrassing one?
played my favorite is the Michael Jackson version.
Mhm.
It's the Michael Jackson Experience.
The one that came with the glove?
Yes.
Yes.
And I wore that glove around. There Speed Demon is one of the funniest songs to see people, because it's like a lot of like you're on a motorcycle like this, and then the chorus is you drop down to your knees and then you get back up and then you go like this and you run to the other side of the room during the Speed
So,
Demon.
Rachel kind of stuck her arm out to the
Yeah.
side and like shook it around.
Yeah. And then you like slow feet move to the other. I don't know. You have to see it. It's very fun.
Yeah, so the Michael Jackson game in particular is like really difficult.
Hard.
It's really hard, but a lot of the
That tracks though, like
Yeah.
because there's like the Metallica version of Guitar Hero. I
Yeah.
think it's Guitar Hero, and also like a Van Halen one, and those are hard because they have good guitar players in those bands.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson
Is a good dancer.
is a good
Yeah.
dancer. Yeah.
and yeah, so like
Yeah.
even though really all you're doing is again just like shaking your hand,
Yeah.
you know, if in order to like keep up is very difficult.
It's hard. Yeah.
Some of the other Just Dances, a lot of the choreography is very like elementary school pageant choreography.
Right.
I
Sort
would
of
say
like
it's
big
like
presentational
yeah.
and you know you're dancing to like Rock Lobster and just like
Yep,
you know
moving
like
your
pretending
claws back and forth.
yeah.
You're
Um,
signing part
but
of it.
some of it gets like really fast and like really,
Really intense,
difficult.
like the actual choreography from like music videos and stuff like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like it when any of these things start to approach like either the real thing or I guess I don't know. I guess just it being like its own artistic like statement instead of like
Yeah.
we have to put dance moves onto the song because it's a song that we could afford.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm having a hard time now thinking of an example of what I'm talking about, but but I think Michael Jackson is a good like that is that basically that they're trying to get you to do it.
Yeah,
And dance.
I
like
mean
the
there
real
are
thing.
definitely some stinkers, especially in like the early Just
Oh,
Dances,
yeah.
where you're like, why this track? And the
Yeah.
answer must be like it was easy to license.
Right.
But then you get some like Rasputins in there.
Oh yeah.
You know, you get some real bangers.
I first heard Janelle Monáe because of Just Dance.
Oh,
which is like
awesome.
yeah. I was like, this song is good. Yeah. And then also about like how I don't know, but the Katy Perry firework
Yeah.
dance. I've used that on an actual dance floor.
Does it work? Does it work on
yeah,
a real dance floor?
Yeah. Because it's I don't know. I just find myself doing the actual dance in real life, and I hope no one's actually played Just Dance because they're like, "That's the dance from Just Dance, Rachel." And it's like, no, I'm a great dancer. I'm just feeling the music.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
They would have to admit that they recognized
Yeah,
it, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Your secret is safe with them, I
Okay,
think.
good.
So those are the two big ones, right? DDR and Just Dance.
Well, the big ones for me, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones. Yeah.
Were there? I know this is outside of Nintendo now, but did Microsoft do any with like the Kinect in like a
Yeah.
meaningful way?
It's like Dance Central or something, right?
Oh,
Right.
sure,
It was
yeah,
like when
okay.
the Kinect first came out.
Yeah.
And that one was very much more like, are you actually doing the movements?
Yeah.
Because they could track it. That one was also very difficult
Yeah.
for that reason.
I think I had that one too, but it was like too hard.
Yeah, it's like it was weirdly less fun
To have your
than
whole body track?
Yeah, than like the Let's Dance version.
yeah.
Because again, what you think you're doing and what your body's actually doing is a lot of time two very different things.
Yeah.
But in Let's Dance, you weren't aware of that. You were just having like a good time.
Yeah.
And this game was very like, it was very like Mean Girls
Yeah.
in a little way where it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You thought you
think
looked
just
cool?
Did that? You
Yeah.
did not.
I bet you also it records it and then shows it back to you if you
Oh,
want to.
it absolutely would
At
be
Mi-
NSA at
Microsoft
some point
HQ.
too. Yeah.
And it was like, look at this idiot.
They're just archiving videos of us dancing in front of our TVs.
No. It's like if I have more space in my living room.
They can see how we decorate our living rooms.
Yeah, I know.
And then there was also that that Star Wars Connect experience had some like dance.
Whoa.
Are you familiar with these?
No.
Yeah, notoriously.
The notoriously crappy parody cover versions of songs. There's a
Han Solo is
yeah.
like dancing, and there's like stormtroopers in the
What?
background, and you're
Mhm.
yeah.
And there's a parody of Genie in a Bottle called Princess in a Battle.
Oh.
Real highbrow stuff.
Real dumb. And it looks real bad.
Before the Disney acquisition,
Yes,
probably.
yes. I think it
So-
was like the last big Lucasfilm game that came out.
Yeah, I
before.
mean, not to like totally go off on a tangent, but remember like some of the stuff that was announced in the Star Wars universe before Disney took over, like that like Robot Chicken-esque show that was announced that it was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be. It was done by like the Robot Chicken people, and it was called like Detours or something like that. That mercifully got like the plug pulled
Oh
as
boy.
soon as like the acquisition happened.
Oh no.
And yeah, Disney just like no.
We just spent $8 billion for this.
Yeah, I mean they made that money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only took a couple years.
Star Wars Land is opening next year.
Oh, I'm so excited about Star Wars Land.
And that hotel too.
Is there gonna be a whole hotel for it too?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's gonna
my God.
apparently it's gonna have no real windows because all the windows you're gonna look out and it's gonna look like space. But it's like that would just make people crazy, right?
Yeah, I think it'll. Yeah, you won't know what time it is.
Yeah.
It'll be like being in a casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get scurvy or something.
Yeah.
Is that what happens when you can't see the sun?
Yeah, when you don't get vitamin D.
Oh no. Yeah.
Isn't it when you don't get vitamin C?
Sure.
I don't know what scurvy
I
is.
don't know either.
Are we missing other big dance games? I'm worried that we.
Do we count Samba de Amigo?
What?
Does that count as a dance game?
Or as a music game? So Samba de Amigo is you're a monkey who plays maracas,
Mm-hmm.
and he wears a hat. I know very little about this game. Mark.
Okay.
So, I mean, you explained it perfectly. There's not much more to it. It was originally on the Dreamcast, but they created a Wii version
Mhm.
Okay.
that I think was not very well received. But basically, you would put in the Dreamcast version, you would put sensors around the TV, very similar to what you would how you would set up your Wii, and then it would measure if you were shaking your maracas high, medium, or low, and then you were
Okay.
supposed to do it in time with the music. So like one arm, it was almost like what is the flag thing? Semaphore? Like
Oh yeah, sure.
like where one might
where
be
you're
down and
signaling-
the other one might be like straight up, like that sort of thing.
where you're
Oh.
signaling to other boats.
Yes, exactly. But in this case,
Okay.
you're signaling to other maraca shaking monkeys.
that makes sense to me. It's hard because I do feel like there is there's a line between like the music games and dance games where some of them have like a lot in common. Like
Yeah.
even DDR, like you're pushing buttons, albeit with your feet,
Yeah.
in time to the music.
Yeah.
That feels a lot closer to like Donkey Konga or like Taiko Drum Master to me. Not really like the Guitar Hero games or anything like that.
Yeah.
But these other games where you are playing like a physical instrument.
Yeah.
If what are some of your favorite like tracks that you used to dance to in Just Dance or DDR?
Well, I love the firework Katy Perry one.
Yeah.
So much that I memorized it. But and the Speed Demon one from Michael Jackson is great.
Those are two memorable
yeah.
ones for you. Yeah.
I just watched the music video for that song today, and it's crazy. It was from Moonwalker. Like it was like a 10-minute thing. It's crazy if you haven't seen it. You should
I don't think
see-
I've ever seen this the Speed Demon.
I don't think I've
music
ever seen
video.
it
Oh,
either.
you guys, it's claymation and like weird, and there's like Pee Wee
What?
Herman at one point, and yeah, it's very weird. and-
Well, you're not the only one who has memorized a dance from one of these and used it elsewhere. So one of the reasons I love Just Dance so much is
Yeah.
that we'll play when like my family gets together.
Oh, I
And-
love where this is going.
In Just Dance 4, I think, there was a Barry White song.
You and your
that
family dance to.
You're the first, the
oh, okay.
last, my everything.
Okay.
And it requires 4 people, I think, and we definitely have memorized the movements to that, and everybody has a part, and you're like
Oh, that's so good.
those are my favorite ones. My favorite ones in Just Dance are like the group ones
yeah.
where everybody's like, there's like a like Power Rangers like Super Sentai one in one of the Just Dances.
Oh yeah.
That when everybody has a role to play and everybody's like doing something a little bit different, it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
What do you think? So let's go into like dream mode now, where you
Mhm.
get to be like designing your own dance game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're taking it there. What kind of features do you not see in dance games that you would like to see more of, or that you would like to see, or what do you see like a little bit of that you'd want to see more of?
I like when it's like actual like dance moves from the music videos, and I want
Yeah.
to see more of that. Like the Thriller one on the Michael Jackson one kind of teaches you Thriller, which is exciting.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, because
Because no one's gonna make fun of you for using that in
no,
real life.
right? So I like it when it like you're like, oh, I want to learn that dance, and then you can learn it through Just Dance just by like muscle memory of doing it for the game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I want something like that.
Yeah, I just like the ones that, because as fun as like DDR is, I feel like it's a lot of, I mean, I guess all of it is a little bit of like pattern memorization.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you, like you're saying, like DDR does not really translate into
No.
dancing.
Right.
No.
And that's what I really like about Just Dance and things like that.
Is that it feels more like really dancing?
Yeah, and like you're you have fun.
Yeah.
Like it's like if you like to dance and you like to get up and like move around
Yeah.
to good music, then they're a lot of fun.
Do you guys like the sort of like performative aspect? If like in an arcade, if there's a DDR machine and there are people crowded around it, does that make you more likely or less likely to play it?
Less likely for me to play it, but I love watching somebody who's like good at it.
Yeah. I'll watch it for a bit.
But you won't get up? You won't get up and do it?
Oh God, not if everyone's watching.
Well, I just like I wonder if there is, it sounds like according to this table probably not, but if there would be like a market or a reason to have like people like sharing their DDR or Just Dance performances, like either through the game for like other people to see, or
Yeah.
if that seems too scary.
I think Just Dance for sure, because again,
Yeah.
it's much more like, oh, you're actually like dancing.
Yeah.
DDR it's cool to watch somebody who's really good at DDR like do it,
Yeah,
but it doesn't really look like anything.
No.
let alone like dancing.
Yeah. I've seen like people post on Instagram their family dancing to Just Dance, and I'll like that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like it just seems like there should be, and I guess we all have cameras on ourselves at all times.
Yeah.
But like a way to just share that sort of thing more easily through the machine itself.
Well, and maybe there is if you're playing Just Dance on a modern console, but since I've only ever played it on the Wii,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. I guess how would you know?
Like because the Kinect records things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure it records your performances, and then if you want to, you can save it and then upload it to the web.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then you could like upload different like models to it, so you can like make Mickey Mouse dance like you were dancing, or
Oh yeah.
that'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Make Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas do the dance moves you were
Mm.
doing.
Are you just like looking on Wikipedia a list of characters
No.
that are in Kingdom Hearts?
Oh yeah, when is that coming out?
It comes
February?
out in February, but we shan't talk about it because it is not coming on to Nintendo consoles.
Oh, okay.
Are you a Kingdom Hearts gal?
Yeah, but I'm really bad at it. I don't know how to kill Ursula, or like I keep swimming behind her head, right? That's not how you're supposed to do it.
You're supposed to ram a ship right at her chest when
Yeah.
she's gigantic, right?
Yeah, but I don't see a ship. I'm doing it wrong. I can't. The thing is, I go into each world and I get to the point where I can't finish anymore. So then I go to the next world just to see it.
I feel like that's exactly how I would want to experience Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Like just to see all the Disney worlds.
Yeah, I want to see them.
I don't want to mess around with the rest of that stuff.
Yeah,
Weird pointy-haired people. I don't want
yeah.
that. All right. Anything else? What about the Elite Beat agents, Mark?
I mean, if we're venturing into rhythm game territory,
Well, this is
It's
what I'm
like-
saying is that like I feel like there's a fine line between what is like, are you just dancing with a stylus?
yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, it is like another exploration of this kind of
Yeah.
what was this game? I already forgot.
Space Channel 5.
Space Channel 5. Or Rhythm Heaven, where it is
Or,
just like entering button presses in like time with the music.
Wait, what was that one that was like really old and it was like a rapper and he was like
Papa.
Parappa.
Parappa
rapper.
the rapper.
Yeah, I love Parappa the Rapper.
That one too, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make that little dog rap.
Yeah. Sorry, I just
No. I love Parappa. They re-released it. Maybe this is 2 years ago now. And I tried playing it again because I love those songs. They're all like near and dear to my heart.
yeah.
But man, it looks rough, and like the sound quality from it is rough.
Oh, no.
Somebody tried to Kickstarter a spiritual sequel,
That's right.
and that did not go.
Rap Rabbit? Was that the
Something
name
like
of it?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did not succeed.
dang.
Next time, Rap
Next-
Rabbit will save us next time.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us to talk about
Yeah.
dancing games.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Inside the Disney Vault.
Okay. Well, we have Mark on for Atlantis. We're going through every Disney animated movie in chronological order, and then we talk about them with cool guests, and yeah, we're almost done.
Whoa.
What are you
Yeah.
guys gonna do once you do all the Disney animated?
We might go to Pixar because we're just doing strictly Disney like animation studios, which means that we also skipped a Goofy movie because that was Disney Toon Studios, which a lot of people are pissed about. They're like,
You have an angry listener
yeah,
base.
Yeah.
no, people like
Real
I
angry.
can't tell you. Disney fans are like really like opinionated and really like heated, and like if you disagree even the slightest with them, they'll let you know.
They'll tear you down.
Yeah. So like they're like someone gave us 4 stars out of 5 because they were like you skipped a Goofy movie, and I feel personally like offended.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Well-
I was like, we're getting to it.
Well, definitely check out our episode on Atlantis: The Lost
Yes.
Empire.
What's the episode do you know the episode that's coming out this week?
This week, gosh, I think it might be. What did we just do?
I'm sorry, I had
Oh,
to put
it's
you on the spot.
Bolt
Bolt.
from 2008.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the John Travolta
Miley
Cyrus vehicle.
Yeah,
Woo.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Bolt, or that's next week. Anyway, Bolt is soon. Spoiler alert! I love Miley Cyrus so.
So 2 thumbs up on this one.
yeah.
And the show comes out what day?
On Thursday.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Well, so yes, check that out, and thank you so much for talking dancing
Yeah,
games with
thank you,
us.
Rachel.
And so that's what we talked about dancing in Nintendo games. But I am certain that there are some stones we left unturned.
Undoubtedly.
Just almost certainly. So before we get like a debug for next time, why don't you just tell us about your dancing experience in video games? Nintendo specifically, I guess. You can write to us at Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com.
because we would love to know all that stuff. It's such a specific like corner of the gaming universe. I am sure there's something we left out. Remember, please rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff on Apple Podcasts. If you like this episode, share it on whatever social media platform you choose. It helps us out tremendously. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, I'm at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell. The show is at Nincart Society. The Facebook page is just Nintendo Cartridge Society. If you like Mark and Mine's opinions, we write about comic books on retconpunch.com. Olivia Duncan made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of 8-Bit Betty's music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying we probably should have had Michael Jackson in more video games, right? Right?
Always.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Joel Spence.
And I'm Deborah Tarika.
And we're co-hosts of This Particular Album is Very, Very Important to Me.
This is the podcast where we ask people we love to pick an album that is very, very important to them. And here they share their memories.
Great and not so great.
And emotional connections.
Great and also not so great.
And we all get to listen to it through their ears.
Join us for season 1 with guests like Ty Burrell, Nicole Byer, Betsy Sidaro, John Ross Bowie, and more. Available at Campfire Media or wherever you get your podcasts.
Campfire.